What up, y'all? It's your boy Gossip on the Gossip Show. Today we are going to talk about the Real Housewives because there's news. The season 16 of the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills has been predicted and fully cast. So if you don't know, we have Kyle Richards, Erica Jade, Dorit Kemsley, Sutton Strack, Bozma St. John, Zoe, what's her name? Rachel Zoe, and we get two new housewives. Tracy Tutor from $1 Million House, Los Angeles, and the actress and activist Leah. I'm trying to remember how I say her last name. Reno, no, not Reno. Leah Ramos is also now joining the housewives. But what makes this more interesting? Hey, Sarah, how are you? What makes this more interesting is the fact that Tracy Stewart Tour and Dorit Kemsley have ongoing beef, the best beef, the most wild beef. And I just think it's pretty much funny that now a new housewife is now entering the fray. So yes, we are going to be going live and talking about this. And I went ahead and shared it out on a whole few shows. So we're just gonna go live and talk about this shit. I do have my Instagram pulled up, so we are gonna be talking, and I'm gonna be sharing my clip. Let's share my screen. Let's go into here. Because we got a few announcements that I want to talk about. First, we're gonna play this one right here.
Waiting for something like this for a long time. Leah Remini is joining the cast of The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. If you like Bravo, click follow. Did you guys see this coming at all? I've been dying for the cast to pick up somebody big in Hollywood. I mean, this is Beverly Hills. They started off with actresses in Beverly Hills like Kim and Kyle, and now we've hit the big time. The word has been circling the streets that there's going to be somebody big entering the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills for season 16. People thought Tracy Tutor and Morgan Stewart. Morgan went to her TikTok to say it was not her, and Tracy Tutor confirmed that it was her just 6 days ago. Today, I was seeing rumblings that other creators knew who this person was going to be and that it was going to be huge, a game changer. And I heard they were going to try to keep it a secret until the show aired. Yeah, right. Here we are just hours later. TMZ reported that Leah Remini is joining and said that it was a production source. We've got a leak. This is one of Bravo's biggest celebrity housewives yet, and one of the most recognizable. She's known for acting in King of Queens, for being friends with J-Lo, and of course for being outspoken about Scientology. She wrote a book called Troublemaker, Surviving Hollywood and Scientology. So clearly she's not one to keep her mouth shut. I cannot wait to see how she mixes with this group.
Yes.
Who is she going to like? Who is she not going to like? Some of the cast was just seen filming in Ghana for Bose's wedding. Is the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills forever changed? I am so excited. All I can say is, wow. I've been waiting.
And we're also going to have a talk about the whole wedding, because let's see what else can we talk about. Oh, this is the main post. This is the main part of the cast right now. We have Kyle Richards, Erica Girardi, Dorit Kemsley, Bozma St. John, Rachel Zoe, Sutton Strack. That does not look like Sutton. I know what she looks like. That does not look like her, but that's a glow up for her. Leah Rimmings and Tracy Stewart. So, if you don't know, the last time we had 8 full housewives was season 12, when we had Kyle Richards, Erica Girardi, Dorit Kemsley, Crystal Minkoff, Garcelle Boulevard, Sturden Strack, Erica Jenkins, and Lisa Rinna. And of course, we're going to have Kathy Hilton and Jennifer Tilly returning back as friends of the cast. So actually, we're going to have 10 housewives on one show once again. Yeah, she does change. She does change too much. I will admit that she does change too much, but I think this season she's gone better with her how she wants to present herself. So yeah, we're gonna talk about the Tracy Tutor, who is a real life agent and former cast member of Million Dollar Listing Los Angeles, who has beef with Dorit Kemsley because if you don't know, Tracy did say at one point that Dorit doesn't pay her glam, and which caused a whole spark of controversy between her and Dorit, which Dorit clapped back at her. We're also going to have some other news about Dorit Kemsley. And if you don't know, this is one of the most iconic parts about Beverly Hills. It's just this part right here, which yes, I'm gonna play for y'all. Cause why not? Let let's not. If you don't know, this is
Do you know something about my life that I don't? If you do, speak up. I'm very interested to know. All day. I'm telling the truth. I am.
Don't talk to me like that.
Or what?
Seriously.
Or what?
Or nothing.
Right, exactly. Shut the up. You have no idea what you're talking about. Nothing.
now. If you don't know, this clip comes from season, I believe, 12 of the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, where Erica Girardi was going through her own issues of the criminal justice system. Bang, bang! Yes! Girl, I knew you were coming in here. Look, I did share out my link, so I'm glad that you decided to show up in here. And yes, you about to get a fucking rich bitch. No, but we're talking Real Housewives because let's just be honest. Beverly Hills has been, struggling the last couple of seasons. And apparently, ooh, baby, what you said? I never get you live. It's always early for me, but I'm so hungry. I'm up. Bang, bang. I'm glad you're here, girl. Come on down and bring yourself a seat. Yes, girl. Beverly Hills is that show. And then we're just gonna go through. I got a couple more clips that we're gonna talk about because I am gonna talk about what I want to talk about. What I want to talk about. Now, if you don't know, last season was Amanda Francis on Beverly Hills. She has already come out and said that she is not returning, which makes her a one season housewife. And her
Course
and
based on a class I taught at
Bose had another
Harvard
beef.
for 3 semesters. It gives people the opportunity to understand the keys I did not have as a business person so that they understand how to negotiate for a better raise, ask for more promotions. They understand how to present in a boardroom. And so for me, it's not about making money. My point is that my class is to open the door for people.
So if you don't know, Amanda Francis joined the Housewives of Beverly Hills season 15. She was a friend of Kyle's that bought Kyle's house. Part of the problem was everyone was trying to figure out how did she make her money. She especially got yeah, she is getting married. They're filming her wedding for this upcoming season. There's actually a clip of that I actually do have. Thanks to Instagram. Instagram, if it wasn't for you, I would not have any of this. So if y'all don't know, yes.
Before y'all forget about that Watson wedding, I want to talk about how the Real Housewives is doing the Lord's work when it comes to African PR.
So if you don't know, they're in Ghana right now getting Bose and her boyfriend or now husband already getting married in Ghana, and they took a whole cast trip there for the wedding. I'm over here like, okay, finally, the next season we get a wedding. So I'm excited for this. I'm actually more excited now because if you don't know last season of Beverly Hills, we had what happened last season? We had Erica, Dorit, and Kyle had a falling out. Dorit got mad at Kyle because Dorit also has to sell her mansion. Her and PK has now had to sell her mansion. Yes, they have to sell the mansion. So of course, that's part of a major issue there. Then Erica is being told that she and Tom need to talk about the reason why they're getting divorced, or in their case, the the divorce proceeding filing it will be reversed. Okay, we're just gonna be done with Instagram because I want to talk to y'all. And Ashley, I'm gonna open up the panel for y'all to come on up here. So if you want to come up, Kate, you are totally fine, girl. We are making it here. We're surviving and we're thriving. So look, like I said, we about to have a fun. So yep, Dorit K.A. Fake Witch. Yes. So if you don't know, her that's what I want to know. Who bought the book from Dorit? Because here's my thing. Dorit last season became the one that said, I don't give a fuck. The season before them, she was smoking. Her and PK are getting a divorce. Her and PK are going through drama, which I get it. You go through drama on the show, you're going to talk about it. Yes, she has a book, Bang Bang. She has a memoir book talking about her life. I honestly didn't buy it because, let's be honest, I think it's kind of boring. Ashley, I think we can look that up right now and see what Dorit's new book is called. I think most of the housewives have like a book. Well, you know what? I'm just gonna read. Oh yeah, Dorit Kemsley's memoir, Unburdened. Yes, because she named her book Unburdened. Became a New York Times bestseller by hitting number 13 on the hardcover nonfiction list shortly after its June 2nd, 2026 release. Approximately around 8,400 copies total during its initial chart run. Then approximately 5,700 of those copies came from a single bulk order, which added a dagger system to her New York cover bestseller, a standard marking indicating high bulk or corporate purchase. Initially, it was stated that in social media rumors before launch claimed that the book suffered from low pre-sale and might get pulled. However, the post sales have basically said that was none. See, I know. Yeah, I know Dorit's not from. I know she doesn't have. I know Dorit's not from England. She's from Connecticut. Now, this is what I'm about to say, and this is gonna be problematic. I feel like we should have kept Amanda and just got rid of Dorit. I'm just saying. Yeah, Amanda was somewhat boring, but at least she gave her life. Dorit put on this whole fancy, like I'm so fancy, I'm rich, I have money, I'm money. Yet meanwhile you have to now sell your mansion because you're not paying the rent because PK said I'm not paying for this shit no more. We're no longer married. She does. Yes, Amanda is self-made. I would say most of these housewives have don't know the meaning of hard work. Dorit basically got married into money. What money? Oh yeah, she had lawsuits. She had what was it, Beverly Beach? What was one of her brands? It was something about freaking swimsuits. Beverly Beachwear. I need look. The only way that she said that Vanderpump said that she'll come back if Erica and Kyle are gone. Lost, yes, Beverly Beach Babe. That was it. Yeah, Amanda did need to leave because it was hurting her brand. And the fact that they were more talking about the fact that she grew up in a cult, there's more to her. There's a lot of reasons why a lot of us left the LCU. A lot of it was hurting our brands, and we were getting reputations that we didn't want. But yeah, no, Amanda needed to leave because it was hurting her brand. I will say Dorit got good work done. Yeah. And if you don't know, Dorit came into the season a friend of Vanderpump. If you don't know Vanderpump, she was one of the original house cast of Beverly Hills. She was the one from England that had the what was it? She had she had a restaurant named Sir, one named Pump. She has a restaurant named Tom Tom. A lot of her restaurants were made by her, and she was a good housewife. She once Housewives started, she got her own spin-off show called Vanderpump Rules, which went on from 12 seasons. But Vanderpump was one of the housewives that actually was real about her life, and she was blunt with people. I do miss the OGs because let's be honest, the only OG left on this show is Kyle, and Kyle is not giving us anything. But if y'all want to come on. The link is posted. Y'all can come up and we can talk about it. This is going to be an open panel hangout stream. We really are going to be a hangout stream. And we're going to party. And we're going to hang out. So, Baymay, if you want to come up, you can come up. Kyle is not a... Actually, I think Kyle has actually talked about this last season where she said that both men and women were going into her DM. So I'm guessing she's bi now. I mean, she's still not divorced from Mauricio. Okay, girl, it is 4 a.m. for you. Never mind, girl. I understand. However, have you also noticed the fact that the Real Housewives Ultimate Girls Trip 20 season has the cast of us. Yay! Sarah's here.
I don't have any image. I need to put an image. Do you hear me? You
Yeah,
hear me?
perfectly.
You hear me very good or not?
Yes, I hear you perfectly well.
Well, bonjour. Thank you to everyone. Yes, for the read, who buy the book? Can you tell me how much people buy it? Because I don't. Who? Please, who? Just who? Really, who? Because can you have just an extract of the book? Can you find just few lines to see how much she give us to us in her memoir, please? Because I don't
Yeah, I
understand.
can
And
see. We can see how much this book they sold it for.
yes, because it just I don't understand. I don't understand who she can
I don't understand it either, girl.
who because Lisa Rinna we could understand in some way, gossip. We
Right.
could because
Hell,
she's Lisa Rinna. Okay.
Even Erica had a book sale.
Yes, Kate,
Erica
I'm
sold a
here.
book. I can understand
Yes,
Erica.
she make a book. I remember before or after the lawsuit. I don't remember. I think it was
Yes.
before. I don't remember that. She makes so much in Erica.
Okay, Erica sold one before the lawsuit happened with her.
Yes.
Dorit
Okay.
just said, "Oh, I'm just gonna come out here and sell a book."
And some, Kate, she need to make a book. Kate, she need to make a book. Kate, she can make a good book.
Yes,
But
Kate
Dorit,
needs to make a book.
yes, we need to have the. She need to make it.
Girl. So, her book prices range from $14.49 to $37.99. and 99 cents depending on the retail and format. However, for the upcoming political memoir, oh, wait a second.
Hmm.
Oh,
Did you
this
find
bitch took a
something?
title from someone else. There's two books named Unburdened.
Oh, interesting. So,
Three.
who? Wait a
Okay,
minute.
so there's a book called Unburdened by Lindy Lai. She is making
Okay.
that book, which is an upcoming one. Dorit just came out the woodwork and said, "Oh, I'm making one named Unburdened and Memoir." Girl, can you not be original? I miss
So,
Scorsese as well.
gosh, I don't understand why Sutton she mistreats so much Garcem. I just I see few episodes with Amanda, the season with Amanda, but I stopped to watch the show after, during few.
Garcelle.
I just, yeah, leave because the way Sutton treat her, always running, and
Yeah.
I'm sorry, always running after Kyle, or
Okay.
okay,
I'm gonna
Kate.
say this about Sutton. I think Sutton wanted came in this season friends with Kyle. When she first showed up, she was like friends with Kyle.
Mm-hmm.
After a while, the Fox Five was formed with Kyle, Dorit, Renna, Teddy, and Erica. So Sutton
Mm-hmm.
was pushed to the sideline. So of course she became friends with Garcelle. This is the thing, and I've noticed this with Garcelle. Garcelle stood up for Sutton multiple times, but when Garcelle was being attacked, Sutton was quieter than a church mouse.
Mm,
And maybe,
yes.
just maybe for her, Sutton's not deal with confirmation, but we always seen her start drama. Yes, Sutton wanted to be part of the cool group. And now
Yes.
she's finally got in it, and it cost her her friendship with Garcelle.
And they are really friends outside the show because you see so much picture between them on the Instagram, seeing other side. But remember what Cal she said about Dorit? We are not so much friends outside. She said that during her live Amazon. She said we don't see each other other side, the show. She implied that, the Cal,
Yes,
she said. So it's really Cal friend with Dorit and it really with Erika maybe for sure, but with Dorit the husband were friends, not her and Kyle.
right.
And
Wh-
remember, Dorit she was friend with Lisa Vanderpump and her husband too, in the
I remember
beginning.
that. And I remember that was part of the big issue with Dorit was like, you're saying that me and you weren't friends.
Hmm.
Technically, you weren't. You came into the group friends with Lisa Vanderpump. Kyle didn't like you back then. The reason why she hung out with you was because PK and Mauricio became BFFs.
Hmm. Exactly. And she stayed friend with Piqué after that.
Yes. So to me, honestly, I would have been the same way talking about, wait, me and you aren't friends, so why would I be sticking up for you? Why would I be trying to ride for you if I don't hang out with you? And yes, PK is gross. It becomes the whole
Hmm.
fact of like Dorit's issue with Kyle was you're talking to PK.
Yes,
Okay,
and she was divorcing. In some way, I can see it's fair. She was allegedly her friend before.
I mean,
So
true.
we can, yes, it's a divorce situation. Normally, someone is the wife, but when you have a divorce, you lose your friend too.
Hmm.
People get a camp. She choose it. So in that case, she choose Carl. She choose PK. She choose
Yeah.
PK. She because his friend. And remember all the rumor around, Mauricio and Dorit during
Yes.
And
That
huge rumor, and allegedly when Katie Hilton, in the Aspen situation, it was about the allegedly, and it's arena, maybe about Dorit and
alleged,
Mauricio.
yeah, it was alleged that Mauricio and Dorit were having a relationship, but it's
Hmm.
also, and that also took a charge in their friendship with Kyle, because I can only see this. Kyle's probably sitting there being like, we all know Kyle. She doesn't like to be put in the middle of a situation.
No,
So
no,
of
she
course,
doesn't want.
she doesn't want to be in the middle of a conflict. We've seen it when Kim and Lisa Renner were going at it. Kyle literally ran up and ran out of the restaurant. Kyle doesn't like dealing with confirmation. She doesn't want to deal with conflict. She wants to avoid it. So yes, she's gonna be in the middle between her best friend Dorit and her friend PK.
And remember the dinner in Amsterdam? The Amsterdam dinner with Sky running because of Kim. Remember that?
Oh, we don't want to talk about the husbands.
And what? And Lisa Rina, I think she really, blow. It was real reaction from her part. I don't think she played that because the fact she. But what did she did? What Kyle did she do? She ran,
Yes,
and the same,
she
and
got
the
up from the
same,
table and ran.
and with the Camille situation, what she do?
She got up and ran.
And with the Taylor situation,
She got up
uh,
and ran. She got up and ran
and
from that.
the dog situation with Elisa Vanderpump.
Oh, yeah, she's always run away from conflict. That's her MO.
Always, always. So what we are surprised, surprised, surprised.
Right. I feel like the REIT should have known, yeah, Kyle's not going to want to be in the conflict. So why are you mad at Kyle for choosing PK over you?
Yes, she always follow her husband. Do you
Yes.
see that? She always
She always follows
follow
Mauricio. So you want me to
Mauricio.
So if I was Kyle and I would have said with Dorit, I'm like, okay, look, I know you and PK are going through your divorce. Here's the thing. Me and Mauricio are Mauricio's friends with PK. Kyle
Mhm.
has no loyalty to no one. That is true. We've
She
seen it
has
when it
a
comes to,
righty to her husband
she has
because
loyalty to her
if
husband.
because she make already since the beginning of a relationship. If we remember, all the conflict between Kyle, Katie Hilton, and Kim is linked
Hmm.
to the husband,
Yes.
Mauricio, since the beginning.
Hmm.
And she has loyalty for her husband after what the end of that relationship. But she has loyalty to her husband. She's the wife of Mauricio. Really. He doesn't give her back, but she's loyal to him. She was up to her family. And and she's good in business because remember she's a producer of movie and show, and she make it. So she's loyal, she's loyal to her. But like you said, now the problem is the backlash of the community because now they see Kyle like she's not taking side about woman divorcing, and you are sure about housewife. So why she's taking the side of the husband? That's the question at the end.
Yes. And like Kate just sent me a picture of of Amanda's book, Rich as Fuck, which I actually need to buy that book.
Yeah, it's
But
good to see if you have in second hand. It's gonna, in any case, it's gonna better if you have in
true.
second hand
But I
something.
do feel, and Bang Bang's right here. Bang is right. Kyle will go with whoever is popular. Because if we knew in the beginning she was a ride or die for Vanderpump.
Yes, allegedly,
Allegedly
allegedly,
she was. Allegedly she was a ride or die.
allegedly,
Yes, allegedly she was a ride or die for Vanderpump.
guys,
Then as the
allegedly.
seasons came on, you saw that friendship between them start to separate.
Because remember, she get during the time she get, the friendship between Lisa and her, she get producer on the show too, Kyle at the same moment.
Yes.
Where that changed the status. And remember, everyone, what they say about Lisa Vanderpump? She was having, moving rope behind the scenes so much. We see with the Gem situation and Vanderpump, she had a huge hand in the show. So maybe at that time she gets, the same level of power with between Kyle and Lisa Vanderpump about the show in Beverly's.
Mm-hmm.
But the only person she can get that is with her sister, Kathy.
Yeah.
She's afraid of Kathy. And
Yes.
remember the last reunion of Katie Hilton, what happened? The lawyer, she had a lawyer her lawyer coming, Kathy Hilton, allegedly in the last reunion she was in Beverly's because of the Aspen situation at Liz Arena.
I do remember that. No, I will say this.
So,
Kyle is afraid of Kathy.
of
Kathy is
course,
the oldest. Kathy does have more pull, and that's why when it's
it's true.
Kim, Kyle can run over Kim all she wants.
But
When it's
Kathy is always
Kathy,
protecting Kim.
Kathy was always protecting Kim. So when Kyle and Kathy would go at it, Kyle would back down immediately because she already
Of
knew
course.
Kathy
Yes.
had more of a name and more of a
Power.
reputation.
And power, remember, she's an Hilton. That name is not just a name, it's the power behind. It's like you say, I'm a Goldman research family, or I'm a Rockefeller. You have the name, you have the power. And
Right.
they had, it's a tribe, the Hilton. And they get still marriage money, no matter what. And no matter, Paris, she make everything online. She's still, afraid about her mom. So they had the power, they had lawyer, they had the money, they had
Hmm.
the network, and Mauricio created himself because he's linked to Kyle and the Hilton family in the beginning with the agency. So remember that. Kat Hilton, she was on the real Queen of Beverly's. If you see really the real Beverly's, it's her family.
Yes. See, I feel like the original cast should have been Lisa Vanderpump, Kyle Richards, Kathy. They should have put Kathy as a main housewife because she has that notoriety.
Yes, but the problem is Kathy. It's too okay, it's too risky for her in some way.
That is
You
true.
need to
That's why she's a
understand.
friend of.
She was friend of, and she gets so much time to to go in the show because they try to make her come in the show so much year, so much
Hmm.
year, so much. Why she go in the show? Because at the same moment, remember, she go in the show. It's the same moment her daughter Paris, she put all the documentary about what happened to her in this boarding, traumatic place. So she need to. It's a PR move. She do that. It's a
True.
PR move. So
Hmm.
she came on the show during the moment Paris Hilton make everything while she go to this, awful boarding place, like almost like a jail. And she was on that. So what the PR can say, go to the housewife. They want you, you're gonna change. And everybody love, who they call her, what has a nickname by the community of the show? Unky Cathy or Unky Dory. They call her like a Dory, the fish in Nemo. Remember that?
Nemo.
Yes, the fish Dory in Nemo. They call her,
Dor-
Cathy Dory.
Dory.
Yes. So you need to understand that was not, it was, real for her, a real,
Right.
PR move. And people, when you see that in the first place, you say, oh, she just want to. No, it's a PR move.
I agree.
So
And Bang has a good point here. I don't think Rick will allow it. I don't. That's why I think that he's allowing her. I think that's why she's a friend of.
mhm,
Rick wouldn't have allowed her to be on the Housewives as a housewife
yes, because she's
because
gonna
we.
have a contract and got too much link, and she can to lose so much. Because if she
Mhm.
make any business, because if you go in housewife and you make a business, they're gonna take a percentage of the business you make if you are a housewife. If you speak
Right.
on that,
You got to think about it.
it's
We had Kyle as an actress, Lawanda as an actress. Wait, no, Alonda. Okay, no, I'm forgetting. Rena and Kyle were both no, Elaine and Lisa Rinna were both soap opera
Actress.
stars,
Yes,
actresses.
yes. Hélène, she's still good in Young Girl Waitress. In French, c'est Les Feux
Hmm.
de l'amour. She's still gone on it.
Yeah,
But Lisa Rinna, she at the time her career stopped. She doesn't have any role, so that make her coming back in the front of the scene. That help her,
right.
and she knew the rope.
Yeah,
And
true.
Garcelle too.
Yeah,
Garcelle too.
and also Kathy is messy.
Yes,
Kathy,
yes,
Kathy's messy, which is why it works best for her to be to be a friend of, because
yes,
he's messy enough to create some conflict, but at the same time, she won't be in the conflict at the same time. She plays like
yes, yes.
it's like the
Exactly.
teetering swan. She's like, what is it called? The teetering. What is that thing called when you like?
I'm sorry, I don't know that expression, so I can help you. I'm sorry.
Okay,
I'm not.
it's like at the playground when you have like the noodles, the seesaw. She's like the seesaw.
Oh, oh, okay,
Like
okay.
she's not leaning too much to being part of the drama, but she add enough to where there will be some conflict, and she'll be like, "Oh, I had no part in this," and just slowly pour herself out. Thank you, Bang Bang. Seesaw. That's what I was thinking about. I don't know where I was thinking. Why I was saying what I was saying about
Yes, no problem. So, but yes, it's true what you said, and she has too much to lose, too much to
yeah.
lose, too much to lose
Yes,
because,
most lose. She has a great reputation. So of
and
course,
yes,
oh no, go ahead.
no, it's true. I'm agree with you completely, completely.
Uh,
I'm
I do,
completely
I
agree.
do think, I do think Kathy does work best as a friend of because she even okay. I'm gonna compare her to this, like OC
Mm-hmm.
at this point is boring. They have driven out people of color on the show. We all have seen it. Basically,
Mm-hmm.
all of Housewives is basically just Shannon, Vicky, Tamara, Gina,
That's
Emily.
my That's my opinion. Sorry.
That's my opinion.
Opinion to every you need to have the sound. That's my opinion. I hope she doesn't, but that's my
I need to make that into a soundbite. I'm literally good.
yes, you can just have on your phone. That's my opinion. I swear to God, that
Look,
you know.
and
That's
we
my
have
opinion.
Heather, and we got Jen, and then we got the new girl Camilla.
And Heather Dubrow, the queen of perfection.
Yes, but here's the problem with OC.
That's
One,
boring.
they're not all friends. They don't hang
No,
out
they
like. And
no.
when you see Gina, Emily, and Shannon do these like TikToks, it's forced.
Yes,
Because we've
yes,
seen
yes.
Emily say that Shannon's the hardest to get along with. Gina say it. You got
Shannon,
you got Heather that doesn't even live in OC anymore. She lives in freaking Beverly Hills.
and she want to be in Beverly Hills. Remember, it was her goal to go in Beverly Hills, but
Yes, but here's the problem. Heather can't handle the Housewives of Beverly Hills.
no,
Like how
too
it's
much,
too
too
much. And
much.
also, here's the thing. With OC, she can clock them. She
Yep,
can clock every single one of them.
yep, it's true.
Let her try going at Kyle, Erica, Dorit. Guess
But
what? Erica is gonna go ruthless.
yes, but she doesn't have the same money power. Remember the money. When she was the richest, the
Yes,
most wealthy. That changed the dynamic. When you get money, remember with Bethany Frankel when she get rich in New York. That changed the dynamic every time. So the problem with Erica, she is ruthless verbally, but she doesn't have now the same, financial, assets to have it. She's
right,
working now. She's hustling to make her life. She's selling, tickets to $25 or $5. So she's doing it. She need to survive. She make it. I'm sure of that. Lisa Rinna too. Denise Richards too. Kyle. She, they had good. She had good assets.
right.
She
I
had
will
good
say this.
assets.
I do feel like the Beverly Housewives, they hustle for the money.
Now, yes. Before, no.
Now they do.
Remember.
Beforehand, they were given everything they wanted, and now that they're by their spot on their own, they all now actually have to work for their money. Here's the problem.
Yes.
Heather also works for her money, but here's the thing. Heather makes every event about herself and not the event itself.
Mm-hmm.
And to be honest with you, if I was on a Housewives show with her, I would be irritated too. Because
But
what do you mean?
I understand that, but in some way you can be very admirative of that woman, the way she hustled to make her everything happen to her. She's not coming
True.
from a we can have both things. She's like, you have Bethany Frankel is you can she doesn't have like Heather, they don't come from big money, the two of them.
Right.
She worked to have everything. Like Erika, she married, but she get everything she get up then. They still work. So they get with their ambition. But the problem is after they have so much ambition, so they never get, that eat them in their inside. They always want more and more, but when they are in peace, never. Either she always want to prove she's the best, and Bethany she want to prove she's the best too. That's the problem.
I
Always
actually
with
agree with that.
Heather. Yes, and Vicky she doesn't want to have a man.
Well,
Vicky
she
cannot
doesn't want a
stand.
man, but she wants to be married.
She leave her. She was married with her first husband to leave him for some patient. Remember that?
Yes,
Gossip,
I remember
remember?
the fact that this is how weird OC is. Vicky was married to another guy, got divorced from him, got
For
together
Brooke.
With
He,
Brooke,
he, he
who
seduced her
scammed
when she
and
was
lied
married.
faking cancer.
The cancer gate, remember? And she
Cancer
put
gate.
her own daughter under the bus. Vicky
Yes,
allegedly, I'm a mom. When her daughter come publicly in the show, say, Mom, I'm rude. She was crying. She threw her under the bus and say, he's a Jesus Christ. Let him. He's a.
yes.
Remember?
She chose her own. She chose Brooke over her own daughter. Her
That
daughter moved out. She got mad at the daughter talking about why did you move? And she said, I am not going to be in a house with that man.
I'm
But
agree
here's
with
the
her.
thing. Remember during that whole season, what was that? What was that season when season 10 when was it season 10 when Brooke was faking cancer?
Yes, and you have remember we have two reunion. The first reunion who everyone tried to convince her and that not work, and the second reunion who the girl, the new girl, she had the proof. Remember with Brooke we have two.
Megan. Yes, I
Megan,
remember.
poor Megan, she was almost crucified by Vicky the first time because she had already suspicion. Remember that
Yes.
poor Megan? She
Yes,
crucified
Megan.
her
If
almost.
y'all don't know, on the season 10 of Housewives of OC, Megan King joined the group. She was the youngest out of the group. She married
Yes.
into she married Ed, what was his name? Ed
We need to do
Ed
a special,
Kingman? Ed King?
cons-
He
I
was a
don't know.
baseball player.
Yes, but she was the other wife. She was he divorced for to go with her. That I remember the story, or maybe he leave his wife to go with Megan. I don't, but have
He-
something like that.
oh, okay, I remember. So him and his ex-wife got divorced. He got
Yes.
with Megan. Megan was friends with the ex house ex-wife because the ex-wife had
Oh,
cancer, which was
yes.
why it was so triggering for Megan was because all of Brooke's answers weren't making sense.
But it's true. She was right in the beginning, and me
Right.
too. When I see everything, I say that guy is allegedly having a cancer. Where is the chemo effect? Because and the one thing I hate people is faking cancer. You
Mm-hmm.
know, do what, but that thing is not good. If you want
No.
to say you're rich, it's okay. That's not, it's not you don't. If you want to fake it to have a fiction, okay, make it. But faking a disease
Right. A
and
disease
make
that people
a
die from.
more and people dying and try to make money to find a remedy of that, and that hopeful that you can do so much thing too, but I prefer you be to fake, you have a fake bag to do that
Right.
for sure. You see the and what was very sad, that man doesn't have any shame to make a woman, you know, cut her family from for him. He does it publicly on the world. You know, it was filmed. So no, that's not cool. That's not cool.
No, I agree. And this is another thing I'm going to say about this. During that time, Vicky knew that Brooke was faking cancer. She even stated on the reunion that she lied, saying that she called Terry to bring a doctor in. Because it was the whole, well, Brooke was throwing up and they wanted to get they needed a IV drip in him. That
Yes,
never
IV,
happened.
but if he get an IV with the real, medication, he's gonna die.
Right. Because he
He's gonna
doesn't
die.
have the cancer.
Because but he's gonna have an effect. He's gonna have the same effect like a chemo. He's gonna the same effect, but in a healthy body, in healthy body. So gonna happen. He's gonna make his body completely, because chemo have that effect. It's destroying the body, but her body with the cancer. So when you don't have it, you can create bad situation. We need to do a special lab about the cancer gate, the broke gate. We need to do like a real
We
broke
do.
gate.
I'm going to work on that because that's going to be a
Yes,
stream that I'm actually going to be vested in.
and the Amsterdam dinner too, and the
Yeah,
Erika Jane situation. We can do that.
we can recap
Yeah,
that whole situation because that's a
yeah,
whole
no,
nother
no.
case.
But we need to come back where we are, about the house of Beverly, because I think we get too
Yes.
much fun. But
So
so
basically, this season we're going to have Kyle, Erica, Dorit, Sutton, Rachel. Honestly, I don't know why they brought back Rachel Zoe because she didn't do nothing last season.
But did she have did her husband have some link with the producer? Because remember, Rachel Zoe was a very well non-stylist, but has allegedly have an effect on the way Nico Richie, Lindsay Lohan, the
Oh
with
wait, that is
alimentation,
true. That
and
could be
some
true.
allegedly some using
Allegedly.
thing, I don't tell them, some very festive thing to get much thinner before GLP-1. So that, but does her husband maybe have a link with the production? Because she doesn't. I don't know what she's doing now. What she's doing? She disappeared. She completely disappeared. Now you have everything about Laura RHOBH. But she was at this time was the EP chic stylist. She was during her time the EP chic stylist, and she make her client very thin, very thin,
I
allegedly.
agree. Okay.
So
Bang bang. Have a great nap.
get
But
nap show for you, Banga. See you
no,
soon.
but
See you soon.
the funny thing is for me is the fact of it this became a whole thing where it's like, hey, the Housewives, I would say this, Beverly Hills has gone through a run since Vanderpump left.
I think it's after, for me, the ambiance of Housewives changed since the Erika Jane trial and since the Taylor situation that have to effect. Because
Yes.
before it was really the Housewives were funny, funny, funny. And just housewife doing thing, and it was just bickering, and when the poker night with the Brandy Manville and the girl, this you have the meme now with the Kim and Kai, funny. But
Yes.
after Taylor situation and Erika Jane situation, I think the returning point, and now I think the story with the dog is where, and the show get much darker, 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 darker.
Lucy Goosey, what was it? Lucy Goosey Apple.
Lucy, the
It was
Apple,
it was
the
Apple.
dog.
It was Lucy Apple Goosey
Yes,
Goose.
that dog. That dog.
After that scandal, it became dark because it became
Yes.
where oh, we're gonna set it up as if Dorit put this dog in a kill shelter.
But
After that, it's gone downhill
yes, really.
because after that, we had the whole Erica case.
Oh, that situation. Oh my gosh. That situation
We
was too
got
much.
Deanna Jenkins on there that apparently her book was a profit of allegedly, I'm saying
Diana,
allegedly,
I will say Diana Jenkins. Her name was already out at that time, on the time the book was out by Jezebel. Her name was already at that time in Blind Items. Her
yes.
name was since so much time turning right. The fact
Mhm.
now she was at that time allegedly friend with the poor girl who passed away a few days ago.
Yes.
And
What was her name?
allegedly, I don't want to say her name
Allegedly.
because yes, and allegedly, Diana Jenkins, she make a statement after that, or she tried to
Mhm.
sue her. I don't know. I don't. Maybe she make a statement. She says not her, but she was friend with her, and allegedly other actors like Amanda Bynes, allegedly, allegedly. I say allegedly. Everything you need to have anonymous purpose only. The banner. We say everything is allegedly. We don't have any,
Everything is
but
allegedly.
allegedly, and she did she make a statement? I don't know, but the Diana Jenkins situation, I didn't know who she get cast and why she get cast. And she had huge money, it's true, and her husband was very rich. It's true, it's true, it's true, it's very true.
Mhm. See, this is what I'm gonna say about this. I feel like Housewives have gone
Get
to
her
a
turn.
point where it's no longer fun. But if
No.
you go to Atlanta,
Oh no,
Atlanta
I
has
stop.
become more funner than the rest of the house.
I stop Atlanta. I really stop Atlanta. For my part, I stop. I can't with Atlanta anymore.
Okay, I respect that. But I feel like
Atlanta, I swear to God, I tried, but it's too much, too much. Every time, strange thing, it's what like Salt Lake.
yes,
I I tried since the season just after Jen Cha get to jail. Remember? I stay on. I never Miami's no. It's big no for me. Miami, I never like it. OC, I like it. I like OC. I like New York, and I like Beverly's.
I agree.
That and the one I liked, Salt Lake. The first season, but after after Gensha, the last season I didn't like it because that was not Atlanta. I tried some season were good, but after that they get too dark and who was and after I stopped when I stopped. I think 2 years ago, Atlanta. I stopped it. I completely stopped it because I
Sure.
can't anymore. It's too dark. Too dark. Too they
It's
fire.
I mean it. I will say this: the Housewives series has gone darker, and it's
Yes,
gone to where I have stopped watching certain shows because it's gotten darker, and I feel
I
like
agree with you.
it. I feel like it needs a. I feel like all the Housewives shows need like a fresh start, like
They
re
do with New York. They do with New
like
York,
New
and it
York
was
got a revamp.
good. It was good in somewhere. I loved it.
Yeah,
It was
it was
good. It
good.
was good.
The first rebrand of it was good, and then the second season it got dark
Yes, because of the situation with the.
because of the situation with Bryn. And then
Yep.
now they cut out most of the casting, brought in some new cast. So now it's going to
But
be a
I love the girl who was the stylist. I love her. Luba was good. Bryn, she had something. She had, like we say in journalistic, she was very charming. But when it get darker with Bryn, it was sad, very sad, very
okay,
sad.
I will say this: Jenna Lyons she was funny, but it was more like she wasn't showing her real life, and I
She
feel like
tried.
that
She
was
tried. She tried.
she
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 tried.
tried to, but her
She
fiance was
tried.
like, I don't want to be on the show, which kind of put her into the friend role, and she's like, I don't want to be part of the show anymore, which I can respect
Hmm.
that. Girl,
Yes, I'm
know your
agree with
worth.
that.
If like she was on the show for 2 seasons, her first season, she was put in a friend group with people who she didn't know. So yeah, she's going to be a
She
little bit
get
more
really,
aloof.
she get really outside of her zone.
Yeah.
She gets really outside of the. If you rethink of the way she is and the world she coming from,
Mm-hmm.
she get
She's
outside of her zone completely because she's from high level fashion.
right.
It's
She's not
imagine
you.
it's like it's
It's
imagine Laura Roche can do that. If I want to see a real TV show, it's Laura Roche.
mm-hmm.
Roche. That man, we need to do it. You need to do something. But that man is a real TV show. He can be in Housewife. He
Yes.
can be in Housewife. That man, the level because the level of he gets. But she was with a friend with Anna Wintour, Diana Diane von Furstenberg. You need to understand the level of. She was friend with all the. So she's really in the high level, and for me, she get there. I think it was to make a publicity for her brand
Right.
because she
I
was
will say this.
known by. I will say that.
I
I will
think
say
that
that.
Bravo, when it came to New York, said we need high personality people. And they said that Jenna Lyons was that person that brought New York back up to where it was beforehand. She's known for
Yes,
fashion. She's
she
openly known as being a lesbian. So it became more of like she
she's a
became
real
what
New York. She's a real New
she's a
York.
real
She's
New
New York.
Yorker. She's a real New Yorker. So it felt like, hey, we need Jenna Lyons. And also, get this. This girl is a housewife. She went to reunions not dressed up in regular fashion, not like dresses. Her
Yeah,
first
but it
she
was.
showed up in jeans. The second one she was wearing a bathrobe.
Yeah, the second one she had a style. She had a style. It was very fashion. The robe, I love it. The robe was very good. But
Yes,
yes, but she's not. The fashion she is. It's not the fashion they are. Sorry
right.
for saying that.
Like
If you
for
ask
her,
me, it's fashion. For me, it's real fashion. What she put, it's something with style because it's for real people fashion. You need to understand. If you ask me, I'm from Paris, so fashion we live in fashion. I see haute couture really. I already so the fashion they show on Atlanta for me it's no. It's almost except Beverly some people, but New York,
Mhm.
the house of fashion was not so good.
I
On the
agree.
reunion,
I would agree.
some
I would say this. I would say some of the reunion looks didn't look good. Bryn literally looked like a depulked chicken.
But I love her dress. It was good for me. It suits her in some way. But it's not the problem with the reunion. You need to be see it, and the sometimes some dress I see them in a picture and the video. The lighting was different. You have
Yes.
some dress on video on picture that are beautiful. The brain dress when she was up and she was stand up and she was posing was beautiful, but when she was sit and the problem is that, and Jenna make the good choice with that robe for my
Right.
part. She make the good
Because I
choice
feel like
because
to me, I agree with you. When you're seeing them moving around and posing, the dress looks more lively on them. But when you're
mhm.
sitting, the dress seems out of place, or it seems like it's not naturally just
Yes,
resting on them.
because we need to do one live. We're gonna judge all the dress and we can choose another dress for each Aswaf during reunion. I think we need to do that.
Yes.
Truly, it's gonna be fun. But the thing I will say about that is, uh, it's for that the problem. When you have a dress, you're gonna sit and some dress some housewife remember they have problem with their dress because they can sit comfortably during few
Hmm.
hours in the dress, or they are dying. So,
Right. Because you got to forget
and yes,
their lives. They're getting there early in the morning, getting dressed,
yeah,
sitting there for
makeup.
hours until dark time, nighttime.
Yes, and remember, we see just an editing of the show. Remember, we see an
Right.
editing. We see an
We
editing.
don't,
We don't see
we're not
everything.
sitting there behind the scenes watching them sit there for hours in the same dress,
Exactly.
and they go to use the bathroom, they come back and they got to sit back down. They don't get
Yes.
you
Yes.
don't see them literally be able to walk around in normal clothes, and that's why I kind of respect Jennifer. Jenna's like, look, I'm not wearing no fancy dress. I'm not getting myself all looked up. You're getting the real me. I wear jeans and I like wearing a bathrobe. Deal with it.
The bathrobe for me is very, Tiffany breakfast, the Tiffany breakfast, because they have the
Yes.
sunglasses. It's what that, and she nailed it. For me, she nailed it. If you ask me, it's fashion way she nailed it. For me, she nailed it. She nailed it. Truly, she nailed
Right.
it. Yes, but but we need to do that one day, to make a judgy, like
Yes.
what.
I
Yes,
do
because
want I do want to do like a Housewives where we judge reunion looks.
yes,
And
and
like
we can choose other, or we can choose other, dress for them instead, and we can use AI to make a new image.
yes.
You need to go do that. It's gonna fun.
I'll,
And the
we're gonna work on that. That's gonna be like that's not gonna come
good
up
idea.
next week, but it's gonna come up at some point.
No, no, not today, but it's gonna be fun. But the thing is, with Beverly's, I think we lose the essence of the show. I
Yes.
think now it's not housewife, they make business. That was I'm still, in the first season it's really housewife. Remember, the first season there are housewife in the show. They have husband, they have kids with the family. Now it's a business. It's the
Mhm.
post on Instagram. It's bashing each other on Twitter. X now X, but everything like that. So can we tell me where is the girly girl situation? You said that
Right.
on me on that. You called, the paparazzi. You called, this, that, and that. Remember, the last girl on Hossi, she make allegation against her the road to do, backgrid, backgrid picture. She make back
Katie.
Katie. She make backgrid picture. Please, we have backgrid, so we knew she called them on Disneyland. We knew it. Everyone knew in the business when you have backgrid picture, it's make it by someone. She called them. Who is gonna try to paparazzi either the bro before? No one.
Right.
No one.
I'm
So
gonna say
please, can
this.
you tell me?
I'm
Can you
gonna
can
say
tell
this.
me?
OC last season
Nope.
was I don't know how I want to word this. To me,
I did not see
OC
that.
last season was dark. It was
We
dark for multiple reasons. One, it was the pushing out of Kate. I felt bad for Kate then. Two, the Tamara's just unbearable.
Tamara, for me, I think Tamara, she's playing the bad version of Tamara. I think when the camera is off, she's another person. Truly, I
Yes,
believe it.
but
Because
here's
when you are in two teas and the pot, and remember, you have the Teddy situation too, was
mhm.
on her. But
When
when
you
you see on two peas and the pots, she was, and it's rare, but Teddy was better on two peas and the pots.
yeah, I agree. I feel like for Tamara, it's more of like when she's on TV, she plays. I think they all play like a character, not like a character, like a warped character of themselves.
It's
We
true.
got we got Tamara that yells and literally pokes fights with everyone, and yet cries and runs off when she doesn't get her way. Vicky literally belittles everyone on the show because she's the OG of the show. Heather, Bang Bang did say earlier, Heather is a attention seeker, and maybe it's not that she's seeking attention. Maybe she's always used to being the it girl of the group. You have
Yes, yes,
you have
yes.
Emily that always makes jokes with food, which
Hmm.
honestly, I'm glad she's not doing it this season because the last few seasons she's been
Please.
doing jokes with food. I'm getting irritated with it.
Food.
Gina, I don't know what Gina is. I don't have
Gina
an
is
answer for
Gina.
Gina right now.
I don't know what she's doing in her life now. Truly, I don't know how she make money. I don't know. I don't know.
She's now a realtor. Like she sells houses.
That work? Really? She make money with that?
Yeah, and she's now engaged to her fiance Travis.
The same of last season. She need to broke him with them. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Okay.
So, and you got Jen that does the fitness. So it's like all of them all play characters on themselves. Even Shannon does. And like for me, Shannon's was one of the ones that I liked the most because for her, she grew up, she started with a marriage, went through a
Mm,
divorce, rebuilt herself up.
yes.
Like she was one of the housewives that I honestly was like, she actually went through the issue of it. She went through a divorce. She was in an abusive relationship. She got out of the abusive relationship. She worked on herself, got in a new relationship, had a falling out with that relationship. But she let us in
Yes.
with all of her issues. She didn't try sugarcoating it.
Yes, it's true. It's true. And she owned it when she had her accident
Hmm.
and all the situation with the lawsuit with John and the other woman. What is her name? I don't remember her name.
Alexis.
Alexis.
Oh,
And the fact Tamara betrayed her because she came back friend with Alexis.
hmm.
That's the
Even
thing.
that's the thing. When it came to Tamara, Shannon thought that they would be able to prepare their friendship. Tamara then came out and said, "Yeah, Shannon, you're an alcoholic." Shannon has already stated the fact that I use alcohol to cope with my emotions. And maybe Shannon did have a problem with drinking back then. Here's the thing. Unlike everyone else on the show that hides their true self, Shannon's like, look, you want the messiness? I'm going to give you the messiness of my life. Yeah, I was in an abusive relationship. Yeah, I use alcohol to cope because I can't deal with my emotions by myself. And let's all
Yes.
be honest, Shannon likes to vent to people. She wants to vent to people about her problems because she has no one there to be there to vent for her.
And remember her divorce, the way it happened and the DV allegation allegedly
Hmm.
in some other reunion. So truly she gets, and the season where she got the lawsuit, the accident. Okay,
Hmm.
she make that and she own it and she do everything she tried to do. But that poor woman, she was more alone than Vicky at the end.
True. Think
And
about it.
yes,
When you think
yes.
about it, she literally went into season 9, A New Housewife, dealing with the affair. Season
Yep.
10, she was dealing with the fact of, I'm working on myself and our marriage. Season 11 was the year of the freaking divorce.
Oh gosh.
And remember, Vicky told Kelly, and Kelly said, "Oh, your husband beats the brakes into you."
And
And
yet
at
Vicky
that
she
point,
said it in reunion. Remember
Vicky
she
said
said
that Vicky said that, and that's what I said. OC season of season 11 was the darkest one because your best friend was going through a painful divorce. And
hmm
instead of you
hmm
being there and supporting her, you're mad at her because you didn't take your side with you backing up a man that faked cancer. That you were gonna say and you put it, oh yeah, I told one of my best friends about your affair, about your husband's affair, and she used it against
Oh
her in season
gosh.
10. She then also said, well, Shannon deserved what she got, and then you're gonna come out and say,
Oh,
oh yeah, your husband beats you. What do you think Shannon's gonna do? Shannon was Shannon had every right at that moment to be pissed off.
and imagine just one thing. You said that in the national, and the problem that the production let it aired
Yes.
because they
They
never think of the safety of Shannon at the end.
no,
Imagine
because
a lawsuit, a physical reaction allegedly from her husband at that time because she was still with
mhm,
him physically at that time. Imagine something bad happen. Just that. Just Vicky, she just, you know, when I say that, that reunion was the worst, I think. The worst of
yes,
for
it
everybody.
was the worst because you had Shannon literally trying to prove the fact that she didn't get abused. And it was more the fact of she even stated afterwards, she said, he was verbally and emotionally abusive to me.
Yes?
that season when they all went to Jamaica, and I think that was the first season that Emily and what was it? Emily and
And
Gina joined.
yes, they joined that year, and I think that it was that year, or and they get all, they all get, drunk, and they fall out on the bush. That's what happened.
Yes,
That
true.
that one.
And they went to Jamaica, and she literally said when her and Tamara had that first falling out, and she said, you just triggered me by saying something that he said." Because let's be honest, her original husband, what was his name? David.
David, yes, David, yes, David, yes.
David literally pointed at her saying, "You are nothing. You're drunk. You're crazy. No one's gonna listen to you." She listened to that for years. So of course, when people say, "Hey, you're spoiled," she's not dealing with real issues. That's gonna hurt her because she's like, "I've dealt with shit that they don't know. I'm now being honest with y'all about how I'm feeling." So now they're realizing when Shannon was going into the deep end and conventing to people and drinking, that's the inner side of Shannon that is still hurt, that is trying to survive. And her way of
Yes, she
surviving
tried.
was she was trying to survive. Her way of surviving was, "I'm venting to my friends and I'm
And
going
she
to tell
eat
them what's
too.
going on."
She eat too much at that time. She gained weight. Remember, she drink, but because
Yes,
she tried to, and it's very gaslighting. When you say what he said to her, it's very. He make her look like the crazy ones,
yes. Because
like
remember,
Vicky too.
yes, Vicky. Vicky will gaslight the fuck out of people. Even Tamara will use her. Remember the last season of OC where Tamara was basically using Teddy as a shield for her behavior.
Yes, yes, and she quit
And I'm
on
like,
the middle of the show.
and I was like,
It,
this is part of the problem. You're like, most of these housewives won't let their guard down. And I don't blame Shannon for being, what's the word I want to say? Shannon at this point is guarded with these people. Because remember when she was dating John and she vented this to Heather, Heather was going around spreading her business to other people.
Mhm. And what happened? It get to you have some. It's like the guy who date. He was a real housewife dater. He
Hmm.
want housewife woman. You have guys, they're well known to just date because they are in housewife, to make them known, to make them
Yes,
business. So John do that. And remember that the thing with
right,
John, why he stay on this entourage of housewife if he's fed up with that? He doesn't want to be on the show. Why?
right. Because here's the
Why?
thing, John loved the fact that his name was getting notoriety because he was dating Shannon.
Mhm.
And once that relationship failed, he jumped onto Alexis. John's thing
Mhm.
is, I don't want to be associated with the housewives, but I'm going to be married to a housewife where I get my name out there.
Exactly. And allegedly he said that, but after that, what he
Allegedly.
do? He date Alexis.
Hmm.
He date
She came.
Alexis.
Alexis came on the show and literally made damning allegations on Shannon.
Yes.
And
Yes.
what did
That's right.
Tamara do? Tamara didn't help out until the reunion.
And she spread. And remember, in two peas in a pod. It was two teas on two teas in a pod. She still make her campaign against Shannon in some way because
Yes.
they speak about the show. So she give her thing. So
Hmm.
that's the thing. And we have the same problem with Horsey and Housewife.
Hmm.
Now no one is genuine in the show. No
Right.
one.
No
That's
one's
the
generally
problem.
no one's generally running a show and on in the not even in Mr. Mafia or in LCU, but in hosts in general, they don't show their real lives. They play these amateur characters, which then gets them the notoriety that they want. But here's the problem.
Mhm.
Once you get that notoriety, it's a problem because you always got to play that character. You can never
Yes,
switch up on that. So if you become a hated YouTuber and you don't want to be hated, guess what? You're now branded as a hated character. You're now hated as a hated
exactly.
host. So now you got to play that part until either you mostly break down or someone moves. They move on from you,
It's
and
true.
it
It's
ruins
bad.
people's reputations.
It's exactly because when when say people bad publicity is good publicity. No, bad publicity, bad energy because people they're gonna remember you in bad way. So what is the energy you spread around you? You know, it's you create negativity around your name. That's not cool. That's not good for you because people they're gonna just hear your name and have hate or have disdain or have bad reaction. Do you think it's good energy? No. and
No,
s- and housewife community, sorry to tell the fan, they
look,
are
I'll say
not
this: the housewife community fans are toxic as fuck.
I'm telling you that. So the more the darker the show get, the
Hmm.
more the community get darker.
Right,
And I think the peak was the Erika Jen situation from my part.
I
The
agree.
Erika Jen situation, and that was huge. And uh, and some and the the concept, the Brookgate concert gate as was bad, but at the end Vicky came back. Remember, she came back.
She
She came
did.
back, but Dorinda, she doesn't come back. She was on pause allegedly. We don't know for less than that, and they
Hmm.
let her come back after that. So please, and that the thing is, they do that every time. And Vicky, she make everything to come back. She make everything to come back. She make
Hmm.
everything to come back. But the only one she doesn't try was Teddy Vanderkamp. Strangely,
True.
she doesn't
Vicky
try.
came into the season saying that she didn't like Teddy, and if we also remember, re- you know what the interesting was? Remember when OC happened that one season when Taylor Armstrong became the first housewife to be a crossover housewife,
Yes, yes, and that was not, a
and
man.
that didn't turn out well for her. But here's the
Yes.
thing: most of these housewives, I'll say this, they have their own businesses, but they're
Mhm.
always gonna come back to reality TV because that's where they got their notoriety.
And they get the partnership in Instagram, they get the brand calling them, they get the people. If
Mhm,
Bethany Freckle, she is who she is because she get on New York and she had a committee at that time before everyone. And
mhm,
remember when she get her big brand, Bravo, they don't make contract who you need to give, percentage of your. It's because of her she make that. They make that on all the contract.
right. Like, think about Erica. Erica was a waitress in New York, got married to a rich man, became a pop star,
Yep,
and then hopped on to Bravo. And Bravo
yep.
literally has kept her since season 6 of Housewives.
Mhm.
This is about to be season 16. She's been on Housewives for 10 years now.
Oh, wow, wow, the time is passing so.
And like
10 years.
Erica has also, I'm gonna say this, Erica is just like Shannon. Erica is showing the messiness of her life.
She showed.
She's showing that, guess what? Yeah, I can be a see you next Tuesday.
Yep.
Yeah, I can be a bitch. Yeah, I can show my emotions
Hmm. And she
because
show it.
she does show it. Yeah,
She show it.
she seems emotionally detached because she's grown up knowing not to show emotion around people. She literally said at one point, "I don't have any girl friends that are girls." She's
Hmm.
never
Hmm.
trusted women because women to her have always stabbed her in the back.
Can we see the difference in Housewives now? She just confirmed everything. When you have too much, interest and money, lingering with the too much woman that happened or too much man. It's the effect of money, and that show was
Hmm.
the best,
It is money.
best illustration from a part. That the
Hmm.
thing.
I also
That's the
think
thing.
that the money that they accumulate, sorry, housewives that
No,
they
no
have
problem.
housewives that have what's the word I want to use? Communi- oh God, the money
You
that
need
they
to
have
drink. Yes.
accumulated over the years. I think that also goes into their heads that they feel like I'm the hot shit now. I'm making this much money. Think about Kyle. Kyle is the one of the only original housewives from season 1. She's been on
Hmm.
this show for 15 seasons. What do we think she's making? A whole lot. Plus, she has her fashion, her clothing brands. She's also an
Yes.
actress, a producer.
Mm.
Do we not think the fact that Kyle is sitting here like crying about the fact that she's losing Mauricio when she has money on her own? I mean, yeah, she
I
cried
think,
over Mauricio for like two or three seasons.
but we have the thing with the what is name the girl? She was her manager and producer about the documentary,
You
and
mean when
they
the allegations about Morgan Wade,
yes, allegation. I don't know. We have the clip.
the
We're gonna
the the allegation, it was allegedly that her and Morgan were dating, which technically she
yes,
didn't really state that they were, but she did state on one season that I lost a
Sh-
friendship because of these rumors.
but they make a clip where they are on the bath and kissing each other.
Yes. So
And it's not allegedly, it's online, so we can say it's allegedly. It's
yeah,
they look like
we can still say allegedly, but I feel like Kyle, honestly, after her divorce, was trying to find something to make her happy.
yes,
Because let's
because the whole yes, it's true, it's true.
because the whole cast was basically like, why don't you want to talk about Mauricio? Let's talk about Mauricio. Let's talk about Mauricio. Kyle became a storyline for almost every other housewife that didn't have a storyline.
Mhm, mhm, mhm.
Like
It's true.
Sutton didn't have a storyline, but oh, we're gonna talk about Mauricio.
But Sutton, she never have really a storyline since the beginning. Can we tell
That is
that?
true. Sutton does not have a storyline in most
Except
of
to
the
try
shows.
to be friend with Kyle and to
Yes,
make the group to be friend together and to
true.
be and to cry for no reason.
Hmm. But I think I also got to do some stuff later on today, so I'm probably gonna end this live early.
No problem. Thank you so much to receiving me.
No
Merci.
problem, and
I will let you to give the word of the hand. I will just get back on the chat.
no problem.
Okay. Bye everyone. Welcome. Bye bye.
Okay, guys. We are going to end our live. We were live for like over an hour and 24 minutes. We actually have done good for our time. You're welcome, Sarah. Thank you for coming up. So we are definitely going to end it here. Sunday, I am doing a hangout stream at 10 where we can hang out and actually all of us can get on panel and talk. And we can just hang out. So if you don't mind, if you want to subscribe, leave a like, hit the notification button so you know when I'm going live Sunday. And I'll let on Sunday we'll talk about the next time that I'll be live because of personal work stuff. But I want to thank y'all so much for coming, and we'll definitely talk later. Bye bye.